Pastor Jamal Bryant started his Target Fast movement around Lent last year. This week, he announced this.
The immediate Target fast has come to an end.
I made assumptions that were not true. And I wanted to apologize to you for being a leader that was out of touch.
Says that him, his team, and his church didn't receive any money from Target and are not receiving any money from Target. But what feels so inauthentic about that and this apology is that the video is still up on his page. The apology is not, but the video is still up on his page.
The Bible said, do not put your trust in men. Pretty specific. Why? Because everybody can become.
Pastor Jamal Bryant is facing major backlash online, with critics accusing him of once again disappointing the very community he claims to represent. Many people are calling him out for allegedly prioritizing money, fame, and a lavish lifestyle with his wife over the values he publicly preaches. Since this is not the first controversy connected to his name, demands to have him canceled are growing louder across social media. Some critics have even gone as far as labeling him a false prophet, arguing that his actions do not reflect the message he delivers from the pulpit. What is adding even more attention to the situation is that comedian Katt Williams had previously warned people about figures like this. Years before many started paying attention, Katt openly criticized certain self-proclaimed religious leaders, suggesting that some operate with a business-first mentality, while presenting themselves as spiritual guides. Now, many online observers are revisiting those old remarks, saying this latest controversy appears to support his warning about blindly trusting public figures.
Do not put your trust in men. It's pretty specific. If you don't believe in God, then it's pretty messed up, because now you only got you to believe in. You and God, you can believe in both of those. I talk to God 5 and 6 times a day. It's an accurate account of how I'm feeling about everything, how I think things are going, what I feel like I'm doing good at, what I feel like I need help with. These are our conversations.
Looking at Pastor Jamal Bryant's history, many critics believe his recent controversy fits into a pattern they say has followed him for years. Over the past year, Bryant publicly encouraged Black communities to boycott Target, presenting himself as a strong advocate for the movement and speaking passionately about the issue. However, backlash erupted when he later announced that the boycott was effectively over, leaving many supporters confused and frustrated. Critics quickly accused him of possibly benefiting financially from the situation, especially after Grassroots organizers, many of them Black women who originally helped launch the boycott effort, publicly rejected his statement and insisted the movement had never officially ended. That contradiction only intensified the criticism online, with many people questioning his motives and leadership. For Bryant, controversy is nothing new. Throughout the years, he has repeatedly faced public scrutiny over infidelity allegations, paternity disputes, and other personal scandals, all while continuing to serve as a prominent preacher. Online conversations have also targeted his wife's appearance, including speculation about cosmetic procedures, which led to harsh jokes and mocking commentary across social media. Critics argue that whenever these situations arise, Bryant often portrays himself as unfairly attacked. Yet similar controversies continue to follow him, reinforcing accusations that he behaves more like a self-serving opportunist than a genuine spiritual leader.
I'm a civil rights attorney as well as an organizer here in this community and the founder of the Racial Justice Network. So as you all know, we are here to once again call for the public to stand and continue solidarity with us in holding Target Corporation accountable for its decision to capitulate to Donald Trump by rolling back diversity, equity, and inclusion, and even donating $1 million to the Trump-Vance inauguration.
The controversy began in February 2025 after Target faced backlash for scaling back its DI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. In response, Grassroots activists in Minnesota launched a boycott aimed at holding the company accountable and pressuring leadership to address community concerns. At first, Pastor Jamal Bryant was not directly involved in the movement. But as the boycott gained national attention, he stepped in and introduced what he called the Target Fast, a 40-day campaign tied to Lent that encouraged churches and supporters to participate. Initially, many believed his involvement helped bring greater visibility and momentum to the effort. However, the situation took a controversial turn on March 11, 2026, when Bryant held a press conference at the National Press Club and announced that the boycott had officially ended, claiming the community's demands had been met.
The moments that are entrusted to me left, I want to go over the 4 things that Target has completed.
The biggest issue is that many people strongly disagree with Pastor Jamal Bryant's conclusion that the boycott achieved its goals. Critics argue that Target never made any major changes or restored the DI policies that were rolled back in 2025. According to them, there were no significant new commitments or policy reforms announced after the boycott. The most noticeable change was simply a shift in language, with the company replacing the term DEI with the word belonging. For many observers, that felt more like a cosmetic rebrand than real progress. Bryant also pointed to a $2 billion pledge as evidence that the pressure campaign had succeeded. However, critics quickly responded by noting that the funding commitment was not new at all. They explained that the pledge actually originated in 2020 following the protests surrounding George Floyd's death, arguing it was unrelated to the boycott itself.
Senator Turner enunciated what it is that the former CEO, Brian Cornell, articulated after the death, the murder of George Floyd, a commitment to $2 billion being into the community. We wanted to know where were they in honoring that. Let me say to you that Target, in their commitment for $2 billion, has completed 97% of it. And the remaining balance should be complete by Easter.
The activists who originally organized the boycott said they found out about Pastor Jamal Bryant's announcement the same way the public did, through social media. They quickly pushed back, arguing that the boycott had never officially ended. Later that same day, the organizers held their own press conference outside Target's headquarters in Minneapolis to publicly reject Bryant's statement and clarify their position. One organizer openly criticized Bryant, accusing him of seeking attention and questioning whether he was being sincere in his role as a pastor and community leader. That moment marked a major turning point in the situation. What had initially been an internal disagreement suddenly exploded into a much larger public controversy, with growing debates online about leadership, accountability, and who truly represented the movement.
Asking people continue to stand with grassroots leadership in the state of Minnesota, where Target is actually headquartered, and not clout chasers, not fake activists trying to co-opt our work. These people have received awards from the National Association of the NAACP and the Route 100 for our work. So they have no credibility. They don't speak for us. They didn't stand in the gaps for us when George Floyd was killed or when Operation Metro Surge happened. We stood for us and with the community. We speak for us, and we will never sell out our crumbs or a seat at Target's corrupt table. So we are asking people, continue to double down and hold Target accountable. The boycott continues.
As the backlash continued to grow, many people online began revisiting Pastor Jamal Bryant's past controversies. For critics, the issue became bigger than just Target and evolved into a wider debate about leadership, influence, and accountability. Many argued that Bryant crossed a line by speaking on behalf of a movement he did not create and attempting to declare it over despite not being one of its original organizers. Days later, Bryant addressed the controversy on his podcast, Let's Be Clear. During the episode, he admitted he had misread the situation and acknowledged that he had become disconnected from the people leading the movement. However, by then, many believed the damage had already been done, with public trust in him taking a major hit.